This might be the closest I will get to a black hole. So a while ago, I came across this, which is basically ferrofluid, and it moves and it spikes and it does all sorts of these things whenever it comes close to a magnet. It's weird, and I'm obviously obsessed. Now, if you've seen my channel and you've watched my Magnet Mayhem series, you know that we've done all sorts of crazy things with magnets and resin in the name of science, and we've loved it. This, however, might be my biggest magnet experiment yet. My goal is to make a resin sculpture which is galaxy nebula themed, like a portal deep into space. And in the center of it, I want a black hole, which is going to be our ferrofluid situation. And if everything goes to plan up to that point, my ambition is to actually get this stuff to move with sound. Like, imagine how cool that would be. It's all very ambitious, and I don't know if it's gonna work, so I guess we gotta just do it and find out. Okay, so before I started working, I obviously spent some time just playing with this thing because it was deeply satisfying to fidget with. And somehow, as I sat there being hypnotized with this tiny blob, a plan started to form. So I'm gonna use this plastic container as a housing, and then I'm layering a sheet of plastic over it. And together, these are basically going to become a very unofficial, very DIY mold. I want this piece to feel like sculptural. So I don't want any like fixed shapes. I want like rough, edgy corners and just like a flowy, unpredictable edge to it, and a plastic. I've also shoved some acrylic rocks in one corner under the plastic just to sort of like raise it up a little bit and make it feel more like organic and give it a more sort of interesting edge. I mean, will it do that? I don't know, but in my head it works, so I'm hoping it works. Now, because I want this bottle of ferrofluid to actually become the black hole in this sculpture, I obviously need to embed it into the resin. So this is basically part of a kit that I found on Etsy. It has the ferrofluid bottle, it has the LED strip, it has a bunch of wiring, it has an electromagnet, etc., etc. And I want the light and the bottle to go in at this stage. The rest of the wiring we can do later. As per the light, I want it to look sort of like an eclipse moment, like where it's kind of like glowing through the side. That's how it is in my brain. So I'm actually literally attaching it to the side of the bottle. Again, I'm just following some basic instincts here. Like, I've not made this before. It's just my brain sort of like trying to replicate what's in there, and this makes sense for now. So just play with me for now. I need to feed this wire through the hole and seal everything around it. So I'm using some silicone putty, and basically once I pull the wire through, I'm just gonna shove a lot of putty. I'm using a bit of hot glue, and I'm just sort of like hoping that everything stays in place and my resin doesn't leak out of the plastic. For my resin, I have mixed up a black batch of Resin's epoxy resin. This is obviously a galaxy piece, and we are gonna build some cosmic drama on top. But first we need the space. We need like a black void to work on, and this is gonna be it. And once this layer is cured, I am using a brush to sort of like just brush on some micas. And as per the colors of the micas for this piece, I'm using some blue, some purple, some white blue color shift, and a bit of gold. And again, this is one of those processes where you genuinely just sort of like disappear into it. I'm just like adding swirls and strokes and bits just where it feels right. I'm kind of lost in this piece. What can you put in space that doesn't feel right? Like, I'm happy with how this is looking for now, but we are going to build some more depth. And now is when we're getting into like sort of deeper layers of resin. So we really don't want bubbles ruining this cosmic drama. So this is where I have Resin's new AirLess Pro3 bubble removal machine. And this machine has a much bigger capacity. It is a 3.2 liter chamber, which is ideal because I'm rarely doing like smaller pours. So this really does help. It has a quad pump system, which means the vacuum is super, super strong to get get those bubbles out. And based on the viscosity of your resin, you can choose between like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minute settings. Just on the touchscreen here, it shows you the vacuum level. It's good stuff. And I've used resiners machines previously. I just love the aesthetics of them also. Like this purple, listen, it is matching my Galaxy vibes moment at this point. Like I love. I'm going to link this along with my discount code in the description below. Thank you so much, Resiners, for sponsoring today's video. And now that I don't have any bubbles, I can dump my resin into our little universe out here. And I just wait a few minutes until my resin is slightly thickened. So then I can go and do some more swirlage, like add more of the micas and just literally start creating a galaxy in here. I'm adding some more rocks in the corners. I do want the rocks to sink, so I'm kind of like pushing them down so they don't float. Another nice relaxing process of just watching some micas and resin do their own thing. And while I'm doing that, I want to take a moment to thank Phyllis Allen. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and supporting my little channel. Each and every single one of you who watches, comments, shares, sends ideas, and comes along for these like slightly unhinged resin experiments with me. I appreciate you guys so much. Once this layer had cured, it was time to do literally the exact same thing on the next. Again, my bubbles are coming out nice and easy. I'm going to dump my resin in and I'm going to do another bit of swirlage drama. And this might possibly be our last layer, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. But for now, we're going to leave this to cure while I go check on Sky, because it is time for him to make his appearance. And he would like to remind you to like, comment, sub, do all of those things, because he takes engagement super seriously on this channel. And if you want to send the supervisor some treats and toys, his Amazon Happy Meal wish list is also in the description for you. Okay, this is now cured. I'm excited to get this out. Let's see. So I'm gonna sort out our little cable situation down here and just make sure I don't pull on it. And there we have it. Okay, couple of things. All of those micas swirling about, absolutely love what it's done. It's definitely giving space galaxy, and that is exactly how I pictured it. So I love that. This situation worked really well. Let's test if the ferrofluid in there is okay. And it is. So that's good. I do feel like the back of it needs to be black. So I'm gonna spray paint it black on the back. I think even this portion, like this back here, I feel like it needs to be black. So I'm just gonna give the back a bit of spray paint. I am gonna go over with my deburring tool because there's some sharp edges. Okay, so I've done the back and I think I definitely like it better this way. I need to check if everything is still working and fine. Basically, I had a quick phone call with my brother on video just to make sure I can figure out this little kit, because this is way out of my wheelhouse. Like electronics, not my jam. So he was able to sort of tell me what goes where, and I have everything hooked. So now I need to plug this in to check the light still works. Here we go. I need to attach the USB and the light works. There we go. So it's kind of like the way I had it, I want it to be like an eclipse situation, and I think it's definitely giving. My only thing is that I can still see the light. Like I can still see the individual pixels of the light, and I'm not a fan of that. I am just wondering if I should kind of like do another layer of resin, like a top coat, and then maybe like have like some smoky gray around here just to sort of, I don't know, blur out some of those like individual LEDs. From this angle, I can see the strip and I'm not loving that. Other than that, I'm loving the glow. And I don't know if you've noticed, the light comes on when I talk. And basically, if you're wondering, because I was, this has a microphone in there. So when there's sounds, music, voice, whatever, in this case, the light comes on. And once I have all of it like figured out and attached, the ferrofluid is also going to move with the sound. This is epic. I'm so pleased that this is all working out. And I just hope like in the final few steps, I don't wreck it. So I'm going to do a top coat and try and blur out some of that light. And for that, I think I'm just going to use UV resin. This is Resin's UV resin. Again, guys, I'm going to link everything along with my discount code in the description for you guys. Let's do this. Now, for this flood coat, you absolutely do not have to use UV resin. I'm just using it because I'm impatient and I want to see this finish. Like, I'm not waiting another round for a full resin cure. So I'm using the clear for the most part, and then I'm just going in with some black UV resin and some gray UV resin to just like soften the light a little bit. Hopefully enough that it looks like moody and eclipsy without accidentally covering up the entire ferrofluid situation, because that would not be good. Once I was happy with it, I gave it a quick cure in my G3 machine, and now it was time to focus on making the base. In my head, I want the base to look kind of like a meteoroid or like a comet rock, very rough space object. And for that, I am using some expanding foam. Like, I know it sounds almost too simple, but sometimes like the stupid simple ideas are the ones that actually work, and you don't always have to complicate things. I mean, I know I always try to look at the easiest solution. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So all I'm doing is putting the sculpture in a plastic bag, like the base of it in a plastic bag, and then I'm using a bowl just to sort of have something like a rough circular shape, and I'm sitting another sheet of plastic on top, and then basically I just start adding expanding foam all around the outside. The idea is to create a cavity that the structure can sort of like slide into and sit inside. And also, I obviously didn't think this entire situation through, because now I'm fully trapped in my own expanding foam decisions. Like, I can't leave this, because if I let go, it's gonna fall. So thankfully, I eventually figured out a glamorous tape situation that held everything in place and allowed me to escape while the foam cures, which, let's face it, was hours.
Later that same evening.
Then I took it outside and gave it a few coats of black spray paint. Okay, so the base is all dry now and I'm not a fan. So I was gonna make another base, like a more structured base, because I feel like this, I love the texture and I love that it's giving like dark matter, space rock vibe, but it's too much. Like, it's too much. And obviously it's expanding foam, so it's going to expand. So I can't really, like, I can't shrink it. And then I was just on the phone with my brother for him to help me figure out the rest of the electronic bits to basically get the sound on this. While we were at it, we were able to test it out. It works and it's stunning. But while we were at it, he saw it and he was instantly obsessed with this as well. He was like amazed at how cool it looks and he wanted it. So now he's called dibs on this, and I was telling him, well, I'm trying to figure out a base, and then he said that he wants to either wall mount it or he's gonna 3D print a base for it. So essentially, he's not going to need a base, but I made this. So for the purposes of seeing what it looks like, we're going to use this base, but this is not how it's going to be. And hopefully once he gets this in the future, when he does sort of like either wall mount it or put it on his desk, I will share with you guys maybe on shorts to show you what it actually looks. But in the meantime, let me hook this up and show you what it looks like, because you've not seen what I have seen, and this might be my favorite project of this year yet. Wait till you see this. I have to say, now that this is actually sitting in the base, I'm actually not mad at the base. I mean, like I said, my brother's gonna do his own thing for the base, but it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. But let me know in the comments if you think this base works or if you think this whole foam situation was stupid. Those pockets that we made, like, I don't think it fully catches on camera. Like, you can't really see all of the detail and the depth on camera. But like, this whole piece is what, like 2.5, 3 inches thick, but it feels like it's deep. It feels like you could look into it forever. And that's what I wanted. Like, I wanted something to feel like it contains a tiny little universe trapped inside of it. But those are all words. You haven't seen anything until you actually experience this piece. For the first time, I'm actually not going to do an outro for this video. I just want to leave you with this piece and just leave you with the trance of this piece. Hashtag no words needed. Leave me comments and let me know what you think. If you've enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you will like these two, so go check them out.